My brothers and sisters in Christ, when I was a young child, I've really had a fear of water due to some incidents when I was young and a couple different things happening. I developed a phobia of being in the water, whether it was swimming pools, ocean, whatever it was. It wasn't that I would avoid it altogether, but I was always very nervous, not comfortable. Even once I learned to swim, there was always something there that pulled at me, a fear of drowning. And I'll even admit, as an adult to this day, while I can swim and I like to soak and relax in the water like anyone else, I probably still am affected in some way by this just underlying anxiety, this fear of the water. And so this makes for me all the more poignant the story we hear in today's gospel passage. The story of the challenge of Jesus to Peter and the other fishermen to cast out. Duc in altum, as it says in Latin, put out into the deep. And so Peter, in a sense, frustrated, tired from failure to catch fish, is looking at this stranger who says to go back out into deep water. And Peter, not so much out of fear, he was an experienced fisherman, but just, from the pessimism, if you will, the doubt, doesn't want to, but agrees to go out. And then only when he sees the mind-blowing catch of fish, falls on his knees at the feet of Jesus. I'm a sinful man, Lord, depart from me. And of course, Jesus does not chide him and says, no, follow me. From now on, you'll be catching men. This story is often used in vocations offices, programs, things like that for young people discerning their vocations, whether it's priesthood, religious life, this and that. This idea of putting out into the deep. But this really is applicable universally in the spiritual life, in things both big and small. Much like as a child, I was scared, if I was in the swimming pool, I preferred just to kind of hold on to the side of the pool, get in the water, kind of kick around, but hold on. And yet, if I was at a social party, events, pool party, something like that, as people would move into the middle of the pool, there was that sense of missing out. Should I go out? There's something out there, but then I'd have to leave the side of the pool. And in the same way in the spiritual life, both from our fear, from our own doubts, sometimes it's from having been wounded before failing. We prefer the safety of, the safe harbor, if you will, the shallows. We prefer to stay in the shallows because we have more control over our outcome. The deep scares us. And yet the Lord asks us to put out into the deep. He promises the riches that await there. Not necessarily material wealth, that kind of riches, but much like the abundant catch of fish that happens here, something amazing awaits us in the mystery of the deep waters. And so when the Lord asks us to cast out to the deep, it's for our good. He knows what awaits us out there and is prodding us gently, put out into the deep. And so whether it's something as big as our vocation, whether it's are trusting to love. Maybe we've been burned in a relationship or by a family member. We have walls up, barriers. And we don't know if we want to let ourselves be vulnerable again. Maybe it's fear to leave a comfortable situation to take on a risk, something that's exciting but daunting, a change in job, a change in role, a new opportunity, a move, whatever it may be. It's constantly present in our life. And the Lord, when He is the one inviting, He doesn't just tell us to be risk takers and everything, but when the Lord gives us the challenge, invites us to put out into the deep, we can be assured that His grace is with us. The lifeguard is on duty, and He knows what awaits us in the deep. If we put our trust in Him, the catch of fish will always amaze us. My brothers and sisters in Christ, like Simon Peter, we are sinful men and women, and yet, with the Lord's grace and healing, powerful things wait in store. May we never fear to put out into the deep. May God bless you.